Dahlias are a real labor of love, requiring the most literal labor of any crop that we grow on our farm. We fuss with them all winter long, cleaning, dividing, storing tubers. We plant them out every spring. We nurture them all summer. And then today comes when you finally get the reward of all that work and you get to harvest. My name is Vanessa, and I'm growing a cut flower farm in Edgewood, Washington, Zone 8B. In 2017, I started growing cut flowers in my grandfather's garden to aid him in a romantic endeavor. And now, with the help of my partner, we're building a business and a community around the local flower movement in our little corner of the Pacific Northwest. Welcome to Pops. Before you get started, you're going to want to make sure that you have all the supplies that you need. We like to prepare about 3 clean buckets. We make sure that we have our tool belt and our snips and our garden journal, or a place to write down the quantity of stems that we harvest. Be sure to start with a clean bucket. They say in the industry, clean enough to eat off of. And you're going to want to put 4 to 5 inches of water into your bucket. We don't use any sort of preservative or hydrating solution or even bleach tablets, just a good clean bucket and clean water. You'll need to determine where to make your cut. On our farm, we like to drop at least 2 nodes down, which on the sample branch would be right here. If that stem would not be long enough to the second set of nodes, you can go down to the third. Cutting dahlias hard or deep into the plant only produces more blooms. Be sure to use sharp shears, keep your fingers out of the way, and immediately place your bloom into the bucket. So there is an additional step that I like to take in the field, and that is stripping the stems. The idea behind stripping the stems is to remove all of this foliage and little branches so that the flower is the only thing that the stem is focusing on hydrating once we get it into our cooler and off to our customer. The quickest and easiest way to remove all this foliage is to grab at the top, pinch, and slide. Voila. Now, if the plant is not diseased, I would leave this in the pathways out in the field. Not too bad. For this next row, we're going to do a little time lapse, and you'll get to see us as we completely strip the row, and you'll see us working at our usual pace. Well, a time lapse of our usual pace. The only real trick to harvesting dahlias is knowing what stage to pick them in. Dahlias are not known for opening much after they have been harvested, so picking at the right stage is critical. If you pick a dahlia in bud stage, it will not open. If you pick a dahlia in cracking bud stage, it will not open. Ball dahlias are quickly becoming one of America's favorite dahlia shapes in the early 2020s. I think this is because it is one of the longest lasting of all the dahlia shapes that you can get. For ball types, you want the ball to be almost completely formed. Here's an example of a ball dahlia that is open but not ready to pick. You'll notice that the petals have not created that typical ball shape they are known for, and are still rather tightly packed around the center. The same logic goes for decorative types. They can be opened early if this is the look you desire. However, fully open is a completely different look. Here on the decorative style, you can see it is completely open, particularly by these petals here. Another good indicator of whether or not a dahlia is ready is the condition of the petals. They should be in pristine condition. No browning, no withering. They should look quite fresh. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to see more content like this, please be sure to like and subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified of when our next video drops.